Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello everyone, it's Zainab. Welcome back to my reading of Nahjul Balagha. I hope you're all doing well, inshallah. So today I want to read to you sermon number 44 that was delivered by Amir Ali alayhi salam, otherwise known as Imam Ali, or the fourth rightly guided Caliph of Islam, but the first Caliph to me. Anyways, so the sermon that I want to read to you today is kind of a little follow-up. It continues the story of the sermons that I read you yesterday. So yesterday I read you sermon 36, which was when he was warning the people of Nahrawan of their fate, and then that was before the Battle of Nahrawan commenced. And then the day before that I read you sermon 35, which was about arbitration. So this story continues until he delivers sermon number 44. So I'll just continue with reading you the story about what happened. Okay, in the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful, all praise belongs to him, and peace and blessings to Prophet Muhammad and his pure family. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Following the arbitration, the Kharijites rose in defiance. A Kharijite man of Banu Nijiyah named Al-Khirit ibn Rashid al-Naji began instigating people and set off towards Al-Madain with a group killing and marauding. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam sent Ziyad ibn Khasafa with 300 men to check him, put him in check. When the two forces met at Al-Madain, they attacked each other with swords. Only one encounter or so had taken place when the gloom of everything prevailed and the battle had to be stopped. In the morning, Ziyad's men indicated that 5 dead bodies of the Kharijites were lying down and that they themselves had cleared off the battlefield. Seeing this, Ziyad sent off for Basra along with his men. There he came to know that the Kharijites had gone to Ahwaz. Ziyad did not move onwards for lack of force, informing Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam of it. Imam Ali alayhi salam ordered Ziyad back and sent Maqil ibn Qais al-Riyahi with 2,000 experienced combatants to Ahwaz, which is in southern Iran, and wrote the governor of Basra, Abdullah ibn Abbas, to send 2,000 swordsmen of Basra to help Maqil. Consequently, the contingent from Basra also joined them in Ahwaz. Following proper organization, they were prepared to attack the enemy, but Al-Khirit marched on with his men to the hills of Ramhurmuz. These people also followed him and overtook him near these hills. Both arrayed their forces and started attacking each other. The result of this encounter was that 370 Kharijites were killed on the battlefield, while the rest ran away. Maqil informed Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam of his performance and of the enemy's defeat, which Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam directed him to chase them and to disintegrate their power so that they should not be able to raise heads again. On receipt of this order, Maqil moved on and overtook them on the coast of the Gulf where Al-Khirit had, by persuasion, secured people's cooperation, enlisting men from here and there until he had collected a considerable force. When Maqil reached there, he raised the flag of peace, announcing that those who had been collected from here and there should flee. They would not be assaulted. The effect of this announcement was that, with the exception of Al-Khirit's own community, all others deserted him. He organized those very men and commenced the battle, but the brave combatants of Basra and Kufa displayed such excellence in the use of their swords that in a short time 170 men from among the insurgents were killed, while An-Nu'man ibn Suhban al-Rasibi encountered Al-Khirit, eventually attacking and killing him. Soon after its fall, the enemy lost ground, fleeing away from the battlefield. Thereafter, Maqil collected all the men, women, and children from their camps at one place. From among them, those who were Muslims were released after swearing an oath of allegiance. Those who had turned heretics were called on to re-embrace their submission to the will of Allah, to Islam. Consequently, all except an old Christian secured their release by accepting Islam, but the old man was killed. Then Maqil took with him those Christians of Banu Najiyah who had taken part in this rebellion together with their families. When Maqil reached Ardashir Kurra, a city in Iran, these prisoners wailed and cried before Governor Masqala ibn Hubayra ash-Shaybani, beseeching in all humility to do something for their release. Masqala sent word to Maqil through Duhl ibn al-Harith to sell these prisoners to him. Maqil agreed and sold those prisoners to him for 500,000 dirhams, telling him to dispatch the price immediately to Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. He said that he was sending the first installment at once, and the remaining installments will also be sent soon. When Maqil met Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam, he related the whole event to him. Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam ratified this deed and waited for the price for some time, but Masqala observed such deep silence as if nothing was due from him. At last, Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam sent a messenger to him with word to either send the price or to go there himself. On Amir al-Mu'minin's order, he came to Kufa, and on demand of the price, he paid 200,000 dirhams. But in order to evade paying the balance, he went to Muawiyah, who appointed him governor of Tabaristan. When Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam came to know all this, he spoke these words in this sermon that I'm about to read you. The summary of this is, had he stayed, he would have been considerate to him in demanding the price and will have waited for an improvement of his financial condition. But he fled like slaves after displaying an act of show. Talk about his high perseverance had just started when people began to discuss his baseless and lowly origin. So the sermon, very short, is, may Masqala be condemned. He acted like the noble, but fled like a slave. Before his admirer could speak about him, he silenced them. Before his eulogist could testify to his good deeds, he shut his mouth. If he had stayed behind, he would have taken from him what he could easily pay and waited for payment of the balance till his money increased. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today as I read to you from this book, Nahjul Balagha. And I hope to see you again tomorrow, and I'll read to you more, inshallah. So until then, stay blessed and stay tuned.